Hello and welcome to Design Centric SimCity, episode 4. This is the first episode that I do with commentary. I hope this will make it easier to understand what I'm doing step by step.
Let me tell you a little bit of what I'm doing here. We now have 1,500 unemployed people, which I'm guessing is the next biggest problem that we're going to tackle. I let the city grow off camera, and now we have quite a bit of development in this area, and also in this area.
These are primarily low-wealth, medium-density buildings. And we have some medium-wealth, low-density growing over here.
I guess the next step would be to start growing our industry. Originally, I wanted to create our industry in the city that I later abandoned. It's totally empty right now. I deleted it all, but since you can actually unclaim the city, you can only abandon it. This is the current state that it is at. So back to Elm Grove. I made some changes. I actually deleted the ferry terminal that was here. And yeah, and again, I let these neighborhoods grow. You can actually see the zoning here. There's a mix of residential and commercial, especially on the main axes of these neighborhoods. The reason why I do that is because usually businesses are more profitable when they have quite a bit of traffic flowing through them day and night. So next step would be to do a industry neighborhood. And since I already have this garbage dump on this corner, this is where I think it's going to be best to build such a thing. Okay, let's get to it. There's one thing that I want to do. I'm going to place the sparks right here just to measure the distance between the avenue and the road that's going to be laid out here now. The reason why I did this, some of you may know, but this park, the Tall Tree Road, or basically any of these types of parks, tree line walkway, wavy tree line walkway, they have enough space to accommodate a whole building from the road that's going to be laid out on this place and the avenue on this one. As I said before, I don't like zoning anything on avenues simply because I try to leave my avenues as a source, not a source, but a way for sims to escape from wherever they are. So, and if I zone on avenues, that leads to tremendous traffic jams. So I try to keep my avenues zone free whether possible. Sometimes I actually zone them because I like how they look. But more often than not, that's not the case. So anyway, what I want to do now is start laying out the roads for our industrial. I have the wrong tool. By now you're probably figuring out what I'm going to do next. I'm not going to zone absolutely everything. I'm only going to zone a part of it to accommodate for this rate of unemployment. we don't really require that much. I can get rid of those trees, by the way. We don't really require that much of an industry. That makes sense. So let's go ahead and zone. Again, if you don't know, usually what I do is I click on the edges of the road, and while hitting control, I can actually zone the entire zone around it. And now, for some weird reason, the zone disappeared. Weird reason. It's okay. I don't think we need to zone all the way there. Let's zone this. The wind is blowing in this direction, so we're good for now. Let's speed things up a little bit. Let's see how that works. Eventually, we might actually need to start laying out some mass transit system. And we have two options. We can either extend this railroad system, which actually might seem like a good idea. I always kind of wanted to do that, like have an efficient inner city train system, and or we can just play around with buses, or actually do both. I'm actually going to leave that up to you. In the comments, you let me know what you want to build next. Railroad or buses. I might actually have other options for you to choose for other things that we can build in this city. So this is growing well. Let's check out the density. Wow, why is this house facing the avenue? That is wrong. You're not supposed to be there. Why can't I zone here? This is so strange. Guess that's fine. I'm not entirely happy with this empty space here. Let's delete the fillers. Unfortunately, there isn't a whole lot that I can do about that. So, school is doing well. Let's see how our employment is. Wow, we still have 1,600, almost 1,700 unemployed scenes. Does that mean we need more? Are these low wealth workers? Sure, okay. Then I thought this was gonna be enough, but I guess we need more zoning. So again, here we have the same issue with the avenue. Let's just plant 2 tree rows. Too far away. I think that's good enough. It seems like it's not a straight road. Let's try that one more time. There we go. Now, should probably build an escape road here. There you go. Now they can... This road is not straight. Why is this happening? There we go. How are we doing power-wise? Now that we're going to start building industry infrastructure, we might need to pay close attention to all these utilities because they're going to start demanding, for more power. So we better add a few of these. Wow, this looks horrible. This is probably not a very efficient turbine. Let's build 2 so they remain symmetric. There we go. Let's check our employment situation. Wow, I feel like it's getting worse. Okay. How do we deal with this? We need to start increasing the population. Let's see, how many people are they hiring? 12, 16, 12. That explains why. All these factories are low density, so they only hire small number of sims, while this... Oh, here's a problem. Might have to say goodbye to this building. There's a stretch of high density road that is generating this big buildings. Big buildings mean, there you go, now it went back to a smaller number. So what I'm going to do now is add more factories, but we will have to keep in mind then when these factories start growing in density, we might actually have to start demolishing some, because based on the density of this town, it's not going to produce enough workers to fulfill the demand for this industry. So far, it's looking good. Education. Classrooms full. Great. All of them? Interesting. Okay. We might want to place... I think the next step would be... I'm actually going to let you decide if the next step is going to be a community college to increase the tech level of this, or just stay with, just add more, a high school, for example, or a school. That will be up to you to decide. Don't worry about all these things. You can start commenting now, but at the end of the episode, I will do a recap of all the decisions that you have to make for my next video. It's looking pretty well. Okay, it's finally going down just slightly, but it is. What do you think of this layout? It looks like a racetrack. I really need these guys to start increasing density so they can provide work for all these sims. Medium wealth is fine for now. Still have quite a bit of unfilled jobs. What we can actually do, since we're on Sandbox mode and we're actually making profit, we can lower the taxes to 7. 7 is the minimum, which will make them happy, which will actually increase happiness for, I think, for all lower wealth. And from 8 to 11, I think, if I'm not mistaken, actually, it will stay the same. They won't be angry or they won't be happy either way. So, by making this change, hopefully we will see a faster increase in their profitability, which will be translated into a higher density. And that was pretty bad. What about commercial? How are we doing commercial? These commercial buildings are hiring a lot of workers, which is good. These guys are all ready to start increasing density. I don't know if I want to have tall densities here, tall buildings here. Sorry, high density buildings. I guess I would leave that up to you. I like looking at horizons of cities, and it's just so pretty. Like, oh, this is probably the highest point in the city. This city hall, this beautiful city hall. Well, I guess these ugly buildings are the highest point of the city for now. It's fine. This neighborhood actually grew quite a bit. We have low density streets here, so I don't expect this to grow more than what it is. Eventually, if you want to start packing more sims into all these spaces, we're gonna start upgrading these roads, and they will increase density. There's quite a bit of space here for like at least, I'm guessing 4, 5, 6, like 7 maybe tall buildings, high density buildings. Okay, industry, show me where you're at. How many workers are you having? 16 here, 16, 16. All of them they have 16 workers. I wonder if I get rid of those fillers. Yes, this is what I wanted. A factory in the spot. We could perfectly fit a factory there. And it was occupied by those fillers, which look nice, don't get me wrong, they're really pretty. If you don't know what I'm talking about, this right here, this is a filler. It's automatically generated when you zone different areas. This over here, these are all fillers. It makes the neighborhood look like it belongs. Like it belongs to the same type of zoning. I think there's probably some fillers around here as well. Maybe I can show you. I'll wait until everything else grows. Not exactly right here. Nope. They come for both commercial and residential. I'm trying to look for one to give you as an example if you haven't seen them. If you did, I'm sorry, this is really incredibly boring. There's no room for housing. These cars are just like sitting on the grass there. Like right here, this is a residential filler. They usually have this wooden fences around houses. How are we doing here? $14.51 unemployed. Wow, okay. This is probably going to take a while. I'm gonna start fast forwarding this and we'll catch up in the next episode. As I said before, you let me know what you guys want me to build next. Should I extend the mass transit system using rail? Should I do buses? Should I do neither of those? And also, we're already hitting education problems, so you tell me what you want to do next. Do you want me to place a school? Another one? Maybe a high school? Maybe a community college to start increasing our tech level? Or just don't do any of those things and do something else instead? Let me know what you want to do next in the comment section, and I'll be back with you in a few days. Thanks for watching.